Claudio Reyna is highly regarded as one of the greatest American soccer players of all time. On top of a professional career spanning over 20 years, with stops including Sunderland, Manchester City, and the New York Red Bulls, Reyna was also an international star, serving as the captain of the U.S. men's national team before retiring from international soccer following the 2006 FIFA World Cup. When I got the chance to sit down with him this week, we spoke about everything from his childhood growing up to his professional football career, his current position at NYCFC, the 2018 FIFA World Cup, and even his favorite dinner.
Brian really just killed the Austrians. Here's a shot and a goal! Claudio Reyna!
Here at Wells Fargo with the Director of Football Operations for NYCFC, Claudio Reyna, and obviously, of course, one of the best U.S. men's national team players of all time. Just thank you so much for taking the time. How are you today?
I'm very good. Thanks for having me. It's nice to be here at Wells Fargo today.
I feel like we're just so close now. I mean, we're so close together. I think we have an instant connection. What do you feel about that?
Not bad, yeah.
It's obviously very exciting with this event, grand opening of a Wells Fargo here in New York City on 86th Street. Just how excited are you to be a part of an event like this?
No, it's good. I think the quick connection you get with people who like soccer and are local and are fans of the game going back. I've had great soccer conversations with people here today at the branch, and so it's nice. It's nice for us to continue being ambassadors for soccer. I played for many, many years, represented the U.S. and played professionally. And any player who retires, from playing doesn't stop promoting the sport and continue to be an ambassador. So now I work at NYCFC, part of a great MLS league that's growing more and more every year. So it's an exciting time to be part of soccer in this country, and it's certainly from when I grew up playing today it's changed tremendously, and the future is really bright for fans, players, coaches, everybody.
For you, how much of a thrill is it to get to meet the fans, sign autographs, that whole experience? How cool is that for you?
Yeah, I mean, when you kind of play, you enjoy, you play for the fans. That's what players do every day. So you always meet fans who have different memories of when I used to play, and whether it was for a club team or the United States. And it's great. I mean, that's they have so much passion. They bring the energy, all the time. And again, that's something that's just gotten bigger and bigger. The fan base in this country that are supporting U.S. soccer and MLS. So it's great to see, and it's fun and humbling to know that people are fans of yours.
Take me back to when you're a little kid and you're growing up in New Jersey and your dad's teaching you the game of soccer. Just from that point to now and everything you've accomplished in the game, just how crazy has the journey been for you?
Yeah, I mean, it is just that. It's kind of a journey. You grow up in the United States when I did, and soccer wasn't a big sport. My dad came from Argentina. That's all he could teach me. And so kind of got through the system. I think there's not one path to make it in anything or in any sport. And, I had my path that my dad played a big part of, my brother, so many teammates that I had and coaches along the way. And, like anything, you just got to put your head down and you go through tough times. But more than anything, I had a real love for soccer. Whenever it was on TV, it wasn't on as much as it is today. You have to try to scramble and find coverage is a little different, yeah, especially on mobile devices. But things like that, and being able to then travel and watch games in South America and Europe. It was in my blood almost, and it was my dream. I didn't know how to get there. I think the difference growing up today, if you're a young kid, you can see the path. You can go to a game. You can go watch NYCFC. You can go home. You can play and work hard. There's a lot of good youth soccer programs in the area, and you can get identified by a professional team like NYCFC and then play for the first team. So it's as clear as that today. But I didn't have that growing up. But I'm happy to see that the sport continues to grow, and the young kid today actually has professional soccer to go see, which I didn't have.
Just having that kind of father-son connection where he gets to teach you the game, just how much did that mean to you growing up as a kid?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, he sacrificed a lot, my dad, and, it's coming up on Father's Day, so appropriate. So, no, he played a big part and supported me, pushed me, coached me, taught me all those things, drove me everywhere, all things parents do, So, he sacrificed for, my brother and I, and, he loved soccer. So for him, he loved doing it, and, had a big role in my career.
You talk about kind of the path that different players can take to get to professional ranks, and then you see a kid like Christian Pulisic, the wonder kid. When you see him and all the talent he has and how young he is, just how amazing is it to watch?
Yeah, he's an amazing talent. I'm one who wants to make sure we don't put too much pressure on players too early, but he really is one of our best players right now. So, it's the reality. So age doesn't matter. He's performing at a very high level. I think this summer will be good for him to rest and recharge his batteries. He needs it. He's had quite a bit, and he's gone through so much emotionally. Of course, not qualifying, which was a big shame for all of us. But now he recharges. He's going to be a leader of the next group. But he's great. I think he's part of a younger generation of really good players, and I'm excited about the future and seeing him develop. He has so much more to learn. He knows that. He's the type of kid that knows he has to get better, but the future's bright with Christian in the national team.
You mentioned, as we mentioned, Director of Football Operations for NYCFC. Just what is that whole experience like? Just take me through your schedule. I imagine it's very hectic.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing in my role is I have a good team. Like anything, when I played, a great teammates. Same thing. I have a great staff. We have great coaching staff, and we're just in the middle of a transition, so it is busy with regards to that. But it's all about good people working hard, working together, and that's been my main focus, is trying to bring in good people that work hard, and all the focus is on making sure the players have a great environment to succeed. They're at a club that wants them to win, is doing everything possible, and that's really my main objective as a sporting director of football, is to make sure that the environment is optimal so we can win, and that everything around the players is at the highest level and standards, and we're proud of what we've accomplished so far, and the future's bright with the club.
So now, obviously, bringing in your third manager in the history of the NYCFC, just why should fans be excited about this era?
Well, it's exciting. We went from a young coach in Patrick, who just had recently retired and had so much of a playing career, to a coach now who has a lot of experience coaching together with Pep Guardiola for the last decade. Has been part of some amazing teams in Barcelona and Munich, and also in Manchester recently with the team that got the 100 points. So, his experience is incredible. He's also bringing a great staff. Like I said before, his team of people that he's going to bring are excellent, top people, and I think there's going to be a seamless transition. Patrick has laid a great foundation in the way we play, and I think Dominic is going to be able to add his experiences to the team, and so very excited. The players are, Patrick moved on, and he said his goodbyes on Sunday. It was great because he worked really hard to get the football club to where it is today, but he also gave so much thanks and credit to everybody, because he said this opportunity was made possible for him because of the players and the staff and his experience at NYCFC. So, that was great, and now we move forward with Dominic. He's excited about the squad we have and coming to MLS, and someone like him with his pedigree is for me alone very exciting to be able to have soccer conversations and watch him work, and see how he pushes buttons and makes a team tick is going to be fun to see, as well as his staff who's going to be joining him. So there's a little bit of a transition we'll go to, but the players have been so focused, so professional, and I think they're going to handle this transition great, and we're looking forward to welcoming Dominic.
How nice do you think it is for Dominic to know that he has a guy like Villa on this roster, an all-time legend, a captain, a guy who knows exactly what it takes? Just how comforting do you think it is for a new manager to have a guy like that?
Well, they know each other, first of all, so that's good. So they have a personal relationship from their time in Barcelona. And then you have a leader, someone who he can count on, that knows the league, that knows the club really well, but also more than anything, someone who can score goals. So, David.
That's what it's all about, right?
Of course. So David is still scoring and doing great. So he's excited as well about reconnecting with Dominic, and so he's looking forward to work with him.
With everything we've spoken about, we have not gotten to the World Cup yet. Obviously, so close to the World Cup. Just what is the storyline, whether it's Neymar in Brazil or Messi or Ronaldo? What is the storyline that you're most looking forward to?
Yeah, I mean, it's exciting. I can't wait. It's just a few days away, and certainly the momentum is building. And, of course, the big stars are always part of the story, and Messi and Neymar and Ronaldo are the three biggest ones on the planet right now. But, of course, you have these incredible teams that are maybe stronger than the individual in Germany and Spain. And then you throw in a wild card like a Belgium that has to win now. This is the end of this golden generation. And Vincent Kompany, who recently visited our training facility, actually said that. He said it's no longer, the pressure's on. We have to win something. So I really think look out for them. They're not going to be they're a team that's not going to fear anybody. But for some reason, I'm going to go with Spain. Okay. I think they're going to do it. They have so many winners in that club. I like Julian Lopetegui as a manager. I think he's sparked the team and made the right moves and has an incredible array of attacking talent. And I don't know why. I think from back to front, they're my pick for the World Cup. So I'll go with Spain.
You kind of took the question from me. I was going to ask you who your pick was.
I knew that was
coming. So my pick is Germany.
Germany.
And they're trying to become the first back-to-back World Cup champions since those Pele Brazil teams back in the 60s. If it is going to be Germany, why? Why will they get it done? Why will they repeat?
Funny, I would probably pick Spain but put my money on Germany. Okay. So yeah, as you said, it's they can win it as well. Why not? They have the experience. They're great. They'll have a lot of fans traveling to support them. So I just think it's a European team and Spain-Germany final maybe, and then we'll see.
With all the exciting storylines to mention, obviously there is that glaring error or omission, so to speak. It's the U.S. men's national team, and obviously not playing in this World Cup. Just for you, just what do you think needs to happen to grow the U.S. games to make sure that what happened this summer does not ever happen again?
Well, there's no one answer to that. There's lots to do, and there's actually a lot of work that is happening. And so it's disappointing. There's no excuse. We've been through that already. But it certainly was a wake-up call to all of us and the country and the league and how we develop players and how we put teams together. And more than anything, I think, what is our real system style of play that we're going to develop. And that's what I think all fans want to see is a team that goes out there and we know what we're going to see and how they're going to perform and going to be consistent. We have to be realistic. We're not going to be the best team in the world overnight, but and I believe we're going to get better and better. And this dip hopefully makes everyone realize that we don't want to experience that again. But we need to certainly look at ourselves, and I think that's what's happened. But at the same time, you have to look forward, and you have to keep working. And I know recently hired Ernie Stewart as general manager. I think that's a really good hire. Ernie has a lot of experience. There are good young players at U.S. Soccer, and it's not just U.S. Soccer. I think MLS and all the clubs need to be responsible to get better in development and coaching. And so it's really everybody. And that going back to your original question, it's not just one thing. We all have to raise the standards. And it's happening. It's happening. Unfortunately, when something like this happens, everybody thinks we have to start all over and blow everything up. But that's not the case.
The red tape and the emergency.
Yeah. There's a lot of good people and working hard in MLS, U.S. Soccer, non-MLS academies. So we're going in the right direction. But it is the ultimate global competition. There's great nations and teams are getting better. And there's stories like Iceland's that happen every now and then. And small nations, big nations that are very competitive. So, but we have a foundation of players and a league and stadiums and now real interest, I think, from the younger generation that we do have a wave and momentum that I believe we can get better and compete against better nations.
Just kind of take me into the mind of a former player. For you, just how hard does that hit home when you don't make the World Cup? And obviously, it's the biggest global sport, as you say.
Yeah.
And everything that it needs.
Well, I think it's it's very disappointing, and thankfully we always qualified, but we had some really difficult moments too, and it's a lot of pressure, but I think we're at a stage now as a national team where we're expected to qualify. So I think it was disappointing more than anything, but you got to move forward as a player as well. I think it's on to the next game, on to the next qualifying, and it's something you have to live with, but we hope it never happens again.
Final thing here, let's have a little fun. When you weren't playing or when you're not doing your role with NYCFC, just what do you like to do? What do you like to do in your spare time? What are your hobbies?
I'm a
Golf guy? Or?
A little bit of golf, yes. I like golf, but I'm very much family. I have my kids, so I follow them on the weekend, pick them up, take them to school. Even sitting around the couch and watching movies and TV shows and sports. So, but other than that, yes, a little bit of golf and traveling. I like traveling with our family, and that's a good thing in sports and soccer. I get to see the world, and I really enjoy traveling.
I go to your house for dinner. What is going to be served? What's your favorite dish?
Oh, well, that's a good question. Healthy or unhealthy? So if it's healthy, nice fish, rice, salad. Unhealthy, mom's milanesa is the best.
There you go. Thank you so much, Claudio. Pleasure.
Here's a shot.